Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nobody Wants to Die. When last we left off, we had discovered a more hidden portion of Edward Green's apartment, showcasing some of the eccentricities of the rich and immortal. Tonight, we get to see what we can learn more about our little web-weaving stranger. Welcome, darling. Congratulations on being first.
I knew I wasn't alone in all this.
How are you doing
I had not only
tonight?
a voice in my earpiece, but it was a voice of integrity and reason, which was what I needed at times, and which could be switched off at other times. And unlike other such voices, without grabbing a bottle.
And indeed, a different mask tonight. Also crafted by the
No desires, except
wonderful pepperoni charm.
that it's high time to die indeed.
I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. Moving along is always a difficult process.
Was she waiting for her moment? Drake had type O negative blood. This is a different type. She surprised you?
Alright, what does the excerpt tell us about this point?
Ton of lead and burned skin. They had to struggle, but he had the upper hand. A 9mm beats a piece of steel.
Quite potently advanced.
She crawled away. Didn't you notice? Something else catch your attention?
So what? What were you up to then?
She almost gets you.
I guess you're on her side.
I can tell you that if she got you, she'd have my vote. Broken ribs. You crushed her when you fell on her, and she still didn't give up.
You underestimate me.
At least I understand the low position you shot Blagojevich from. And remember, Kate is shot in this direction. Good to know that not everything goes your way.
It's going great. Trust me.
So you scurried away like a cockroach.
What did you leave behind?
A revolver. Probably Cadis's. I wonder how that got here. They almost got you. You had to find a way. And you did. Real fancy.
Walked too far away.
Lucky as fuck.
Don't underestimate me.
I wouldn't dare. How long have you been planning to kill that chandelier? Lucky, but respect where it's due. Also a really good shot. You made it. But I'd like to see your face after that. Your real face. Covered in blood and drool, twisted in fear.
Think it was any different than yours when you came in here?
You're always watching me, aren't you? Monitoring? You watching me with cameras? The holograms. Somehow they were recorded. These holograms must be stored somewhere. There must be some tapes here. Where?
So, welcome, Firestorms. How are you doing today?
Let's see where you take me. Another. This must be a dead end.
Camera number 3.
Let's run deeper. Fuck. Not now. It's so close. So, Mount Olympus comes with a pocket Hades, a frozen hell where people pay the price for the gods' eternal hangover. Gee, we go back to the beginning. Edward Green. What did you have on him?
Look around. Do you really think anyone would need more than what you see?
Fucking Icarite transmitter.
You want to try it out?
Fuck you. I'm not like them. I recognize this body. It should belong to an actor with his throat slit.
Short.
The youngest bodies possible. No certificates. Right in this one? Age 21. Some unknown kid.
The former owner of the stabbed body.
They're all at the first subscription age. If they didn't pay it, they could lose their bodies. But Icarites, why isn't anyone looking for them?
Orphanages. That's why Green and Coven funded them so generously. Only until they turned 21, of course.
Motherfuckers.
Of course.
Green was probably using the recordings for blackmail.
No matter how much evil was around, Green would still grab them by
5 fucking minutes of fame.
I warn you that I may disappoint you.
Wait, what? This is Green. Senator. Attacking his back.
He's the one killing them all. It doesn't make sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Did you force him to do it? How the fuck did you do that? What did you have on him?
That's your job. I don't want to get overly involved. I'm not your cheap little slum secretary, Sarah Kai.
What? How the fuck did you get her full name?
Did you think you're the only one I spend time with?
Sarah? You there? Fuck. Never stored the power. That should work. If you do anything to her, I'll find you and take you apart piece by piece.
Don't keep me waiting.
Wow. How do we even find Sarah?
I'm just wondering. Since you saw what Green's guests were capable of, will you trap their souls in rotting bodies?
Fuck you.
Or will you let them return to Olympus like nothing happened?
What did you do to her?
You can punish them.
I will find you.
Do you think anyone will find them here?
If I shut them in here,
Yes.
and the victims,
Maybe they want revenge.
What kind of sick game is this?
Or leave the door open. Your friends will find everything, and it'll blow over in a week.
Finances they have. System's already corrupt. Our puppeteer does have...
the silence in my earpiece was even more overwhelming than my own stupidity. When I was gallivanting in hell, the murderer emerged from there to get Sarah.
Our puppeteer does have a point or two. Do they
How
not?
could I let myself be tricked like this?
Do you even know where she is?
Revolved around you, idiot. Says that they're fucking with you. Remember that already.
I knew more or less where she lived, not how she lived. I would say below poverty line. If not for the fact that I've crossed the poverty line 100 levels up.
Somehow I have to find her.
Bar here. Focus, James. Sarah needs electricity. Lots of it. These converters look new. Let's see. These cables come out of the converter. Sarah, where are you? Electric current powers up the antenna. Must be operational. Sarah needs to communicate somehow. I need to get a closer look.
Right. Let's see about meeting Sarah. I'll check into light's been on for a bit now. don't have a warrant for that, sir.
The murderer wanted to pull me into a maze, get me drunk with fear. But I had nothing to lose, and had been drunk already for a week.
Let's see if my...
What is this place?
Let's see how my internal theories hold up compared to fact. Bone dry, eh?
Fuck.
Got turned around the process. Quite a few mannequins lying around.
Target.
Police, don't shoot. Put the gun down now.
Right. Then we live happily ever after.
Australians are the same person, aren't they?
What do you really want?
For you to realize you're making a huge mistake.
You mean me, right?
Drop your weapon and get out. I'm counting to 3. 1.
Let's settle this one-on-one.
James, can you hear me?
What the fuck?
Okay. Cool it now. It's me, Sarah. We're good. Just relax.
What in the actual fuck's going on?
I thought some junkie broke into my house. Sorry.
I did announce myself as
Almost finished stitching you
police.
up.
Could you almost finish faster?
How'd you find me?
You know I'm a detective, right?
I didn't think anyone would bother trying to find me. Stay still. Why did you come here?
When we lost contact, I thought he got you.
So that's why you busted in here like a psycho on a hunch?
Yes.
More than a hunch.
Meaning?
I have some questions too. One, actually. You should be in your first shell. A comfortable and efficient one. What the hell have you gotten yourself into? And you're smoking too. Someone's fallen into bad company.
His body must have been through half a century of addiction. It'll will drop dead before I get used to it.
So, are you going to tell me where you got it?
My family thinks I'm away. I got the best synthesizer, remote work equipment. I didn't have to explain myself to anyone. And then fucking James Kara had to waltz in here and ruin everything.
I'm good at that.
Quite.
So what have you gotten yourself into?
It's a long story and complicated.
Good thing I'm a professional at complicated stories. Talk.
I didn't want to, but I had no choice. I did something sketchy, but otherwise...
You can trust me.
It's all right. You can trust me.
Okay. I rented my body on the black market.
What was your motive?
Sarah, what was your motive?
Motive? Seriously?
I'm not judging. I just...
What is this, an interrogation? No, fuck you.
What fucking emotions management issues?
You're kind of proving the point there, aren't you? As long as one spends without a shame, more issues up front will arise. Good to know.
What are these figurines?
They're memories. I've read that after an Icarite transplant, especially an illegal one, some can be lost. That one's the most valuable. One night, when the acid rain was bad, Taylor and I hid upstairs, where you came in. And back then, it was just a 2 by 3 foot hole that ended in a wall of rubble. Instead of sitting in the cold with her teeth chattering like any normal person, Taylor started fiddling with the flashlight. And then something flashed in the pile of rubble, so we started digging. And we dug until we unearthed this little Statue of Liberty figurine. It was beaten up, but looked valuable. And we fenced it right away. And we came back here hoping to find more.
And who is Taylor?
Taylor.
The greatest treasure in this film. We found out there used to be a museum here. So we dug more. Day after day, till our hands were bloody. We kept digging for normal people. Torture to misery. Desperation. But for Taylor, we were adventurers. On a fucking treasure hunt. We glued, fixed, and sold everything we found. Would you believe we excavated this whole place like a pair of underage slum archaeologists?
How long did it take?
Must have taken a while.
Almost 5 years. But it was our livelihood. We were dirt poor and surrounded by dirt. But we felt rich. At least until Taylor tricked me. 8 years ago, give or take a few days.
Sister?
No. We were in love. I remember exactly when she tricked me, because it was when I turned 21. First subscription. And Taylor paid for it for me. She did it behind my fucking back.
That's bad. Because it didn't cover hers.
Her subscription expired. And we were broke. There was no one to help her. She wound up in the bank. And the body went to auction. And that's why I have to get her out. No matter what it takes.
Very fair.
You're the detective. Now you know my motive.
Oh, fuck. Damn it. Got any ambrosia anywhere? Anything higher octane?
I'll pour us something. Or you can also help yourself to ambrosia in the bedroom.
Well, basically official stuff.
Protests. Beginning of the month.
Let's not dig too deep. It would be rude, after all. Not meaning to pry, after all.
James, aren't you afraid your memories will eventually fade away?
Mine will haunt me at the moment, it seems.
Lucky me. I don't fade. They haunt me. More literally than I'd like.
You must have some good ones. At least one.
We're at the movies, and Rachel tries to convince me it's a crime flick she's already seen. They were all the same to her, and of course she's teasing me, and I'm trying to watch the fucking movie. Right now, I'd give anything to be sitting there next to her. I'd focus all my attention on her.
Maybe then you wouldn't remember it. Maybe it's the imperfect moments that create the most precious memories.
We think it's unlocked, so let's see where this goes.
This one room, the bedroom, is totally secure.
It's a slum, but I gotta be able to close my eyes sometimes. It's possible to break in there with enough effort, but I'd have time to be awake and ready.
Ever watch any westerns?
No. What are they about?
Oh, you'd love them. I think you'd identify with the characters.
Oh. We didn't peer inside the violence, but we'll see if she'll trust me
In the
with
middle
this.
of the room was a bunch of files with names.
Can't you respect anyone else's privacy? I said none of the siblings knew. If something went wrong, I prepared myself for it.
What's one have to do with the other?
I sorted things out for them and left a will that made it clear I believed Taylor and I would be in heaven at the bank.
Fair enough.
Looks like you covered all the bases. Nice work.
Thanks. I try.
So what's going on with your siblings now?
I hope this isn't a tough question. What happened to your siblings? Did they...
Don't worry, they're all alive and doing pretty well. They rented a legal apartment, floor 40. They have better air than here. Bodies wear out slower.
So what did I do with the police?
So how did a slum girl get this job?
Maybe you got yours. I had to work for it.
By my determination.
Points for determination. Must not have been easy for you.
Fortunate combo. I had insomnia and hated wasting my time. I guess that's how I managed to pass all the exams.
Did our department come for Taylor?
Did our department come for Taylor?
Yes.
So why...
Did I join you? Maybe I wanted to take control? Of some sort. I decided I was never going to be powerless like that again. I'm just a liaison, but I already know when and where they move.
Do you know which agent came for Taylor?
know who it was? Which one of us came for Taylor?
It was hard to resist the temptation to check it out.
Want to get some revenge?
He was so ordinary. A regular agent. To really get justice, I'd have to get revenge on this whole sick fucking system.
Then how about we get revenge on this whole sick fucking system?
Like that's possible.
And if it was?
Wait, what kind of bullshit is that? Are you accusing me of something?
Just curious.
It's not an accusation. It's a question of support. So what are we drinking to?
What are we drinking to?
Well, you're the expert. Sit down and make a toast.
Alright, let's see what we'll toast to today.
Bottoms up.
To honesty.
I think we're gonna need it.
Okay.
So what do you want to do the modding for?
What are you renting the body for?
Surrogate. For some rich broad. A good one, I hope.
She does indeed seem to have a body. Motivations for... The element of not having a shell seems to be more hitting on the notes of Sarah wanting to be able to pay for someone else's subscription to get them out of the memory bank.
Sarah, please tell me it's not Jane Salma. I found her file.
Calm down. I checked her. I got to her. She had a similar case before, and they couldn't prove anything, even with plenty of evidence.
Damn it.
The arrangement came from me. She had the dough, I had the body with the right biological conditions, plus I could cover for her. That's why I know she's not a suspect.
I'll trust you.
Okay. I'll trust you. At least I'll try.
Much appreciated.
Alright. So you rented your body. Where did you get this one? Current model.
Salma said it was recycled. Give one to me.
No. A recycled body? After what I've seen, that's hard to swallow. They must have put someone on ice for you to get it.
No. Somebody bought a new body, and no one wanted this one.
Shall we check it? Be certain?
We can scan the shell and check.
There's no need, really. Let's not.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure you know what you're doing? You need to see the big picture of what you've gotten yourself into.
James, I have nightmares. Every single fucking night. I see her in them.
Welcome to the club.
Every morning, I wake up from them and Taylor can't. And it haunts me. What if she's trapped there in an endless nightmare?
They're your nightmares, not hers. You're projecting your fears where they don't exist, and you have to deal with them.
James, I have to save her. Fuck! You understand?
Didn't lead more into the Rachel angle, so
I get it. Sometimes you have to cross the line. And if you do it, at least make it for someone you love.
Well, I don't know if that's what I want.
Do you know what I'd give to see Rachel again? Fucking anything.
Thanks for being straight with me.
Press your finger.
I can handle it.
I have a feeling we're not going to... Considering the particular story beat and the recurring elements of the opening, I have a feeling we're not going to like the answers we'll find.
Why'd you become a cop?
Always had a thing for crime mysteries, so...
Sure, who doesn't? Is that all?
Well, I guess I had some ideals, too. I believed in justice. And shit like that.
But you don't anymore?
As much as ever. I'm just not looking for it in the department.
Copy that.
Let's go move the investigation
Sarah,
forward.
we need to start investigating.
Just a minute. Not so fast. One more question. A basic one.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell me why you stormed in here like a lunatic?
I told you. I thought you were in danger.
Based on what? Did something happen when we lost contact?
Can you fire up the board here?
No.
We'll do it the old way, then. In the meantime, I'll summarize the Red Room for you.
The Red Room?
It's a piece of fucked up history. Better buckle up.
Alright.
I can't believe all this evidence. You were right from the start.
Seriously? What surprises you most?
That's not what I meant. But the murderer was behind everything from the beginning. Did he take over his body?
Strong assumption. We better go one step at a time.
Now? You're going to get skeptical now?
I just want to sort it out.
Okay. Where do we start? James, I managed to get what was in Green's safe. There were recordings of his synchro tests and a ton of private notes. It's pretty unusual.
Upload.
Okay.
Both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago.
I learned this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have in this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
Turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster.
How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself? It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. Should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke.
Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer.
His own transfer machine. I can't even get my shit together after 3.
This explains his problems. They were his own doing.
How do you deal with that kind of desynchro?
And how do you deal with it?
I don't know if I'm the best example.
Sarah tests have a positive effect, then maybe there is something that does the opposite.
What could have used... the opposite effect? Okay, so we'll focus more on the body takeover element.
Why didn't we have access to these recordings?
They were in the red room.
I'll try to get to them. I'm getting used to the big names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there? Apart from the obvious.
Together, they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Heads. Okay, let's assume that this was his motive. What's next?
What was his next move then? Welcome, Ash. How are you doing today? Next move would have been here. I'm doing quite well, thank you for asking. Okay, so all boss is not connected here. I'm glad you're doing alright. We're starting to see the bigger picture of our wonderful mystery here.
Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up.
I still don't get that part of the story. When I think that they really used the...
At least the motherfucker's dead.
Everyone like him deserved it.
What if it was on something that could have affected Greens? So the first one on...
Oh, haven't heard that before. Good to know you still have feelings for them.
We need to pursue... We need to get more information though.
You're telling me these are the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. But I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else.
There's something...
There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but
I thought I only read that one.
here,
I know it's damn suspicious. Let's just put it together piece by piece. Okay, whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in.
Okay.
Since the most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs. Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that. The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart.
And all of these still work, depending on the way we want to resume this narrative. I suppose why Green had to die, though. Things are pointing more toward a changing of the guard, I think.
More than 300 years of accumulated power and plotting.
No one else could bear it.
No. Is it going to be the Puppet Master then?
Green was the last person who could stop the spreading chaos.
I wonder if his death was a crime of passion, or if it was planned.
Alright.
How much planning does it take to set up something like that?
I don't know, but we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all of this.
This seems to be the final bit of detective work. So we are...
Were you close with Seth?
You're my partner.
Sure, he was my partner. Why'd you ask?
I remember you mentioned that you even talked with him about synchro problems.
We'd been sitting in a car for several dozen years. Had to talk about something.
The first time he ended up reconstructing an Icarite? You blaming yourself?
And who wouldn't?
Cops account for their partners. And he was my friend. So, yeah. I blame myself. I hope he gets back on his feet after all this.
Let's look to draw conclusions.
Let's try to draw some conclusions.
Honestly, I see two main possibilities. Or we're just seeing a small part of a bigger plan. By someone who's always 2 steps ahead of us. Or Green's plan played out with Kovalev's help.
How do you figure?
Fuck, I don't know. He has access to some advanced tech. He managed to make contact with you in the Red Room. He knew everything that happened. Like he was in Green's head. I thought Green just committed suicide, but now I'm having a tough time buying that. Sorry, I've got a lot of thoughts. What do you think? Who's behind all this? Murderer or Green?
The more important the decision, the less certain, huh?
We're out of time for mistakes.
It was definitely a plan from Green. But there is no way this went according to his plan.
He's a murderer. Green's death wouldn't make sense. He must have been influencing for a long time until he finally got him to shoot the other deviants. Damn influential deviants. He took another harvest on Icarus.
And if he's aiming to paralyze the city, to create chaos, so what's his next step?
The motherfucker leaves no trace. The trail's cold.
Why haven't we heard of him before? He's a pro, after all.
Criminals are still in their learning curve when they do their first crimes. They leave more traces behind.
I'll check similar poisoning cases in recent years.
No, Poison may have been removed from reports. Check the final death.
This is going to connect.
Oh, I think I have something. 2 weeks. No, shit. I was wrong. Forget it.
Sarah, rewind.
No, you can't touch your own case, or reconstruct it, or explain it. You can't defend yourself.
I'm the only one who can.
Oh, the fucking savior of the world. Can't you let go just this once?
You know the answer.
Damn you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Ah, thanks.
Once more into our island of paradise. Once more visiting Rachel. And the sky grows dark, just as it has before, and the threads of Icarite restrain us. We do seem closer this time, at least.
Rachel!
Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Right? Consider your drawing here the great farewell location. Central Park. Everyone in the area is asked to leave the area for their own safety and security, according to the police.
Dude, are you there? Hello? This guy looks shady and he's connected. Oh, this guy's cool. Wait for me, we'll get it sorted together.
Seth?
Who else, genius? The voice of your conscience?
You're not really here. You're just a cocktail of desynchro and memories with a garnish of trauma.
Dude, you really don't get it. Don't do anything or you'll do something stupid. I just entered the initials and Hestia asked, am I satisfied with my work? They're calling from the top about it. This will end worse than usual.
I'll lean on him and get something. I'll find out what happened.
Fine. But what if you don't?
I will. Whatever it takes.
I can't cover your ass if you do this. Jake!
We just received word of gunshots in Central Park. The crowd is panicking.
Great man. Let's see what we can find.
Heal. The problem with this statement is that there are only two kinds of medicine that work. Those with an awful taste and narcotics.
I still haven't really picked up the train grass side. This would be quite interesting indeed.
James, are you there?
Good to hear you.
I'll be on the line, but remember, in this place, desynchro can be deadly. Got any symptoms yet?
Thanks. Never felt better. Damn it.
I can't see anything. Do you think there are any traces left after all this time?
I was here. How am I not one big lead? Most of the blood evaporated in the fire. Maybe the UV will detect something. So many different people. Shoe print.
Is it
I was ankle deep in blood. This is mine.
James?
I don't have enough information to reconstruct.
Yet.
Nowhere to run or hide. Some bodies were permanently damaged. There's something here. I have to check it out. The frame was shot through. I'll check it.
Alright, a few leads.
Refusal of body credit. This guy just hit the memory bank from here.
Probably like most of the victims.
Looks familiar. It fits my gun. Did I? No. I need to look for more evidence. There was a major firefight here before the derailment. I'll check where the shooter was.
Who shot them?
I remember this. I was chasing a guy. A dealer. Looks like he was standing around here somewhere. I already have a lot of data. I'm going to reconstruct.
James, think again. The reconstructor will try to use your memories because you were there.
It'll be fine, Sarah.
No, you won't. Wait. James, wait for me. I'll be back in a moment. I have something. I'll explain later.
I don't remember. I don't remember any of it.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Was having...
The hell? What's going on?
We'll get through this difficult moment together. Can't remember. I'll tell you what happened.
I was chasing a dealer who was running away in the crowd.
You shot up those people.
Oh!
So, James,
This crap. You're manipulating me.
We are solving an interconnected set of murders that predominantly seems to be targeting the elite. But we are also going back and currently going back through our own case that we cannot seem to recall.
pathetic.
I couldn't kill those passengers. It wasn't me. He overwrites my memories? How does he know about the train? From a synchro test? Is this how he brings out memories? Get out of my head!
against you, like a parasite. Squeezes into gaps left by the D-Sinks and modifies them. I don't know. He hacks synchro tests and finds out everything. He does it somehow.
Run away from there. Come home and we'll talk about it. Don't reconstruct any further, understand? I can't be with you now.
What?
I'll explain later. My body is in trouble. Okay? Over and out.
We're going to be stubborn and press forward, aren't we?
Why do people keep leaving you?
I need to get to the next car.
As long as you don't get consumed by frustration.
What's going on?
Someone else.
But in the last synchro test, I talked about us. I understood that you would never accept my decisions. Life ends. Even memories fade away. Nothing else will happen. We tried. I know. We were stupid. That would be wrong. We would be bad people. We really are. Because we're still alive.
She would never. It's my own fears feeding on her death.
Let's see what happened.
Shredding this is gonna be Sisyphus work. The difference is Sisyphus tried to cheat death, not to immerse himself in it. Rachel had one. She wore it until it broke into pieces.
There's a chance he shot me then. Maybe stabbed or slashed.
What happened here? Didn't even have time to yell.
A mortal wound. Why can't I remember anything?
It's starting to look like a graveyard on wheels.
I'm moving to reconstruction.
This would be a bad idea.
You always think you're someone you're not.
Shot a dealer on the run. I had to have a clean shot.
You didn't fucking care at all.
It's a joke. I will not kill. I didn't kill anyone.
Are you confident in that one, Detective Carter?
You can smell it under your skin. Can you feel it happening?
Why can't I remember it?
You do remember.
Okay. Let's assume that's true. I shot everyone like a madman. What's next?
Have a look.
matter to him?
You decide.
You know what's real.
Interesting. Remember what you felt. You remember the taste of blood from biting your lips.
I was in a frenzy. I wanted to get him and... I hit him. That was all that mattered.
That's a lot of blood, Detective. You should really get that checked out.
I couldn't get far. Lead to the third car.
And further down into hell we go.
Ready?
Why do you have to be so annoying?
You got hit hard. Why didn't he give up?
The dealer was standing here somewhere. Pleading. Try to reconstruct. Recognize that car anywhere. Seth had a distinct style.
Why did you take her from me? I don't know what's going on. Do you know who I work for? Names! Now! Lunatic!
We'll work this out with the boss.
I'll shoot down this car and we'll all die. Go ahead. But you're telling me one way or another. Who told you to sell Rachel the poison? What? Who? Who is he?
He doesn't know anything. A counter-terrorist team's on the way.
He's aiming at the car! Get the fuck out of here!
Are you crazy?
A little bit.
I'll shoot him down! Why did you do that to Rachel?
Sure!
I want names! This was the last good day of your life.
I'm losing control.
And you're a sadist when you look at me like I can take away your pain.
You always have to make it difficult. Something good is finally coming to you.
I'm not going to keep holding the knife here.
You do this to her. Why did you turn her against me?
Is that what you want to hear? My confession?
You motherfucker.
It's the only escape from the nightmare you are stuck in.
I saw in your eyes that you stopped believing in me. I let you down. For a moment, I even felt like I cared.
Help me. I don't have the strength anymore.
I'm sorry.
Please, step inside. You lost a long time ago, James. Walking course. I can feel your mind getting weaker by the minute.
You motherfucker.
You gave up a long, long time ago when you had everything. It wasn't part of life that destroyed you. Stop it.
James! James! I've been talking to you for 10 minutes! Give me a sign of life. Get in touch immediately. James! Hello?
That's a lot of blood.
James, I need your help. Salma is, my body's in the middle of a riot and it's in danger. James? Are you okay?
Yeah. But I'll regret this in the morning.
You don't sound like you're alright.
I had a bad feeling about all this. A revolution is like an amputation. When it comes too late, it's sure to bring blood and pain, and as likely as not, little else.
Alright. Let's take a look at revolution.
James, where are you going?
Don't worry. We're just below the park. I want to run into our friends in the lube. I'm already flying over.
Close all airspace. I repeat, close the airspace over the park. Regroup on 57 and stop us from getting south. I will be there soon.
It's not an easy day to be a police chief.
It's not easy for anyone.
Not have picked a better epitaph for himself if he tried. A forest of fake trees that last forever without actually being alive.
What exactly happened?
All I know is the mob ripped through the police cordon and attacked the rich folks at Green's celebration.
And where is... Oh. Sometimes these decisions are very, very quick draw. Without too much warning.
Are you there? I've lost my vision. Talk to me.
Copy.
James! Oh, you're alive. You okay? Did you get hit hard? James, are you okay?
Think so. I had a hard landing. Border police car crashed near me.
Did you literally run into one of our friends in blue?
There he is! Quick!
Report it. Someone's coming.
He's still breathing! The fucker's hiding!
Back up.
Get him!
1 sec.
This guy doesn't have much time.
Don't do anything. I can't risk it right now.
And rip out his Nicorite! Leave me alone! I'm police! No. Please! No! Look at this fucking coward! Let's go. No! Look out! Police! Drop the
Making it time?
Tore his right out.
At least you're okay.
What about Selma?
She got to the center of the riot. Now she's heading back. Head south and you'll run into her.
How fast is she moving?
Be fast and steady. I don't think she's hurt. We don't know if someone's after her.
Which direction is south?
What I love about this car is that on any given day, it always looks better than I do.
Well, I suppose only one way to go. I mean, this is probably south. Probably. Presumably. Hopefully.
Shit, they took your plate. An APB for a police car was sent out automatically.
Great.
Great day for scrap dealers. Not for anyone else.
Road's closed. Gotta go around it. I see some kind of statue.
How big?
Pretty fucking big.
Great. Probably the Morai statue from Green's exhibit, where his farewell happened. Head towards it.
I'm trying.
Indeed, when there aren't new enemies, new voice lines is usually a
I have to go through the park.
good signpost of the right direction.
Something keeps bugging me. Whose idea was it to say goodbye to Green here?
I don't know. Probably the city. It was the last exhibition he sponsored. Why does it matter?
I'm wondering if this could have been planned.
You think what's happened here is also part of the murderer's plan?
Look, everything happens on the day of Green's funeral. And it all started with him.
As far as paralyzing the city and causing chaos, well, it works.
But what was the goal? Or a step toward the goal?
I don't know, honestly.
Now a nice part of the problem, isn't it?
Great. Head over there.
We're still missing information.
Say the statue was of?
Morai.
That explains a lot.
Morai were the goddesses of fate. All I know is that they watched over the life thread of mortals and gods.
Oh, nice. I have to take a roundabout route to them. How's Salma?
Slowing down. She seems to be running out of strength.
Kara? I couldn't believe when the system spat out your name. And you just happened to be in the middle of this.
It is a fantastic statue.
I need your help. Jane Salma's in danger.
What are you doing? Don't get him involved.
Famous psychologist, Jane Salma? What the fuck have you got to do with her? Wait a minute. She was taking care of Green, right? I need to get her out of here! You've been screwing with the case this whole time? After I told you to drop it? Of fucking course you couldn't. You are under arrest, boss. Damn you. I don't have time for this anyway. Watch out! Car! Fuck!
Well then. We're up, probably. In theory. I am doing my best.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
You see her? She should be out there somewhere. Thank God. Please help me. Find her. She must be somewhere straight ahead. Can you see her? Is she okay?
I don't know yet, but I'll find her.
No, it's been...
There she is.
Don't shoot! I was sent by...
Too late! She belongs to me!
Salma is innocent! Let her go!
Salma knew the darkest secret to this world, and she didn't raise a finger. She did nothing about it. Nothing!
How the fuck do you take over these bodies?
What's everyone got in common? From the lowest levels to the highest? Give up? Test. 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 Sacred test.
What do you want from me?
You! Not a thing. You were just an accident. But you get points for determination and for sober, moral judgment. If you see the fall of this world so clearly, why defend it?
Look! Let's make a deal! Just give me this body and I'll leave you alone!
Sorry, but I need Salma for what I have to do.
Why her? What's so special about her?
Isn't it obvious? The possibilities. All have access to the minds of millions. And I'll get anyone who props up this rotten world. I'm
revenge and burn everything to the ground. Then what? A psycho like you's gonna replace it with a brave new world? Fat fucking chance!
Mortality will give us meaning again. And I'll take the poison list.
How about we reverse the order? I put a bullet in you, then you can have your poison. Last question. Did you poison my wife?
She lost the will to live long. I just freed her.
I'm gonna set you free, fucker! Get out!
On third time lucky! You wouldn't be able to pull the trigger anyway. The life smoldering in it. Mind fears, warped by traumas, psychoses. It's time to end this, James. Stop fighting. Is it so hard for you to understand all of this? You've been living a stolen life. For what? To let everyone down? To fall? You should be thanking me. Thanks, motherfucker.
James?
Had to stop him. He was taking a joyride in your body.
No, please. Not my body. All I have. Why?
Once more to the island. And still denied. And thus, ladies and gentlemen, concludes Nobody Wants to Die.
I dragged my feet calling for a long time. I knew you wouldn't pick up, obviously, but it still wasn't easy. Bits and pieces of our last conversations haunt me at night. I still can't put them together. I believe that you had your reasons. I have to believe it. I tried to find something out from Salma, but she completely cut herself off and removed the Sonin GPS tracker. I thought it was over for me. Until one day some bigwigs in suits came in here. I shot one of them. Stupid misunderstanding. Just like with you. I didn't think Salma would send anyone. She arranged for a body exchange and transferred the payment. And because of the riots, no one even bothered to question me. So I finally had a bit of luck. If I just do it once or twice more, I'll have enough money to get Taylor out. I'll fight for her. Just like you'd fight for Rachel. Take care, partner.
So what did you all think of what you've seen over these past 2 days? But indeed, Lilith, somewhere between the Matrix and Alexandria lies Icarite, and all of the hell that entails. So, as for what happened, I feel like to get the full breadth of the tale being told, you would need to go through this game multiple times, I think. Because there are some notable branches throughout that I wasn't able to really get the answers to. And similarly, there were certain things that could have shifted the entire way we look at this unfolding plot. But at its core, through this technology, we have the ability for immortality by having an additional thread-like material around the brain that allows who you are to be transferred from one body to another. This being used to allow predominantly the rich and powerful to remain functionally immortal, and ever looking to gain more and more sway and power. For where the plot actually kicks off, we have the actions of a revolutionary aiming to, at first it seems, mostly seek to undo the breadth of madness and control exhibited by those who make the rules here, those who define this dystopia. After all, they discovered there is an exploit among this with the routine tests. That seems to allow for a bit of remote hijacking. There's definitely a lot of much chaos and grey territory among its fairly concise roster of characters. As we have our mystery assailant, our protagonist, Sarah, our liaison, our police chief, and two particular rich individuals who pull the strings that get a notable amount of characterization, allowing them to explore them quite well. Thank you, darling. But it definitely wears a lot of its noir roots very firmly on its sleeve. From the way that it toys around with giving you important bits very early on. But maintains a nice web of intrigue throughout its runtime. But what reaffirms my belief that this has multiple angles to unfold is because there is an important tidbit that we don't get answers to that was repeated when we did call back to the initial conversation during the desynchronization with Rachel. Because when they brought that back, they brought back the line of, "Don't you already know who the murderer is?" Which implies that the main antagonist here would be revealed as someone who we could deduce early on. But at least the decisions that I made came to no revelation on the matter. Fair. Though it didn't seem like he had too much to go with other than his gut that whoever the dealer was answering to was indeed the same culprit. But that's not out of character for Noir, anyway. Merely questions that are raised more by the game providing you to recognize and reminding you that there are paths that you did not take, and thus information that you can only get from a different playthrough. Things that do make me excited to dabble through this once again. At a later point, of course. See what more of the web gets to be understood. It likely won't be anytime soon, at least. Probably. After all, I know what some of the future holds. Not all of it. And impulse can always throw things for a loop. But that will bring part of our showcase tonight to a close. This time I'm decently certain that I've addressed the issues that plagued me last time, and as such, can attempt to show off a little bit of Street Fighter Alpha 3. Not well, mind you. It is a wonderfully aggressive purple. Alright. very much on accident. Especially since the variety of masks do tend to use slightly different weapons. They are quite unique from my recollection. True, Terran Republic is very much open to interpretation in quite a few ways. Actually, my controls are set up properly. Well, they are. I don't remember all of Cardigan's rather extensive move list. But indeed, if you ever like to play some Street Fighter 6 together, just let me know. Oh, didn't mean to change my color palette. Ooh, iframes. Followed by the close-up. But yes, the Alpha series is quite unique. Especially because it's one of the few Super entries that actually features any sort of a cancel system among its normals. Alpha 3 in particular tends to be very chaotic and combo oriented. Perhaps because of the the V-ism that allows for some very freeform custom combos. It also requires actually knowing what moves are particularly good for that. Which, as a move, is not a spoil switch over to A-ism, honestly. Welcome, Raiders. How is everyone doing tonight? How'd your stream go, Sarah, and what were you streaming today? Well, that doesn't have invulnerability frames. There we are. Everyone who may not be familiar with me, I am Alutier, archivist, storyteller, madman. And tonight we'll play... We just finished up a cyberpunk noir adventure game called Nobody Wants to Die. Now we're moving on to a bit of Street Fighter Chaos. But no worries. I know it's quite late for you, Sarah, so... do take all the time you need to lurk, and thank you very much for the raid. Alpha is technically part of the main series. But it depends on what you mean by a match similar to them. Well, welcome, Ace. How are things going today? Things are going quite well on my end, other than... doing poorly at the video game, of course. A little bit too forward there. Ah. I'm very glad to hear you're doing well. Indeed. Doing a little bit better after shifting over to Aism, but a little bit is not going to make up for everything else. Nugget. Ah, chip finish. Very unfortunate. Ah.
It's showtime! Face it straight!
But that was very poor on my part. 'Cause that's a level 2. Oh, is that not... It's fairly safe. Interesting. Just what my throw actually. Must shake off with this. But Outskirts 3 is a game that does just feel good to play, frankly. Even getting thoroughly bullied. What my level... for level 1 is... Yeah, no, contact finish is very fair there. Ah. I'm just going to offer him to just jam pressure on wake up. Ah. Even early level AI was brutal in this era if you weren't diligent in your practice. No, that's not the timing for it. Got a bit of the rhythm back at least. That was an overhead. You can play that game totally. It will take me a bit to actually be able to start that. Steadily getting a feel for Cardin's moveset again. Oh, there's my own overhead. Okay, I need to be more... I need to respect metered wake-up options far more than I am. I've not... Did I not catch? Some of these specials aren't coming out the way I thought they would. Which is fine. I am fighting on some other vague collection after all.
It all depends on your skill. Go for broke.
Well, I mean, that was not a good catch. I think it isn't enough so I was able to be thoroughly punished in return. Because Karin has quite the extensive move list. Is the counter move ability with the half circle back, then the core circle? There's definitely a limited window either way. Oh, I didn't think that jumped into breaching me there. That's fine. No, none of my... There's really seeding on my end. Even if all the way combos work in any game you're not really practiced before, there's always a procedure, especially the more combo oriented they end up being. Right. Which just means that I cannot just be trying to pressure on Wake Up and to respect what she does. Oh, that does work. Interesting. Good to know. Up with the blade. Dash with hit made. Get him to counter. Less effective, unfortunately. Trials and tribulations of experimentation, yes? So if we... So we don't have a fireball with which to actually contest. That's our main way of actually contesting the Bible game, it seems. Only works from a full screen position. Also requires a tiger knee input, which is not always going to be the most agreeable. It's an entirely different skill set to practice. Does that not... Oh. Does not come out or does it not have biframes? The many questions one always has to ask when returning to older game design. Always wonderful questions, though. Ah. It's a very good overhead, though. Ah, nope. I wasn't snitched on. One of the things that I since I used to presuming when you land a heavy hit, there's still hits on when you get back on the ground. Right. No pressuring on wake up when the opponent has meter. I don't want to take me to make the mistake to actually follow through on that advice. So it doesn't have quite the range one would think from this animation. Small adjustments for feeling. Alright, getting also some of the floater the computer will utilize. Oh. That's unfortunate, given... Ah, not quite. I put a hitbox. That's on me. No, not quite. Ah, that was definitely improvement. Steadily, nonetheless. Rather slowly as well. But we're getting a feel for how to utilize some of Guardian's tools and adjust the game system. Let's see. Ah, I know that's purely anti-air. That's normal in the air. Can't press it too early. Oh, did I? Ah, Chipkin. Right. Forgot about the Chipkin. Indeed, son. How are you doing today? I'm glad to see you're doing well. I thought I was blocking that. Must have moved my hand just slightly. Unfortunate. Steadily getting closer, though. Slowly. Nope. Scrambly. Bah. And that's always all. It was worth its shot. There we are, returning the favor. Quite a while. Oh, this is going to be very bad for one Zigo. Well, at least that went. At least somewhat fairly in my favour. As it should have, it's done.
It all depends on your skill. Go for broke.
Okay, closer. Much closer. Oh, not the right time for that. Oh, that got me though.
Hey, come on, stand up. Face it straight.
Did you not have as good of wake-up options? No, your wake-up options is fine. What if I didn't use them earlier? It's fine. Ah. I missed on that meaty overhead. Probably very far away, doesn't it? That's a little too late. Something too early that time? No worries, Ash. Do take care and sleep well. Alright, next up is Guy. So Guy seems to want to utilize a kick bottom area. I should be utilizing my anti-air punch more often, I think. I'm going to be very particular with this timing. It does seem like something might have just been the wall at the very, very start. Very well. So with Xism, single hits really hurt. Oh, I can don't give the chicken, and I lost it in the end. It really is. Honestly, the way that you can shift your character's playstyle with the 3 isms is quite interesting in the system. The ism is, of course, terrifying with access to custom combos, but also does require quite a bit of study and practice, and I've definitely not put in. See if I can figure out how to handle the Rainbow Miko. We do like playing with the jab, honestly. Oh, it's only level 1? Ah. Fair enough. Okay. Much less daunting than Chun-Li was. Ah, so you can... Okay, so the severity will depend on the button you press. Got it! That's why it works the way it does. So what did you pick up from watching the AI at times? Other than doing research on your own? I must have pressed button then. Well, guns are definitely going to be a problem. That's fine. Right. I definitely cannot afford to get close. I need to utilize better spacing if I want to pressure Amiga or on Wake Up. Lord have mercy. The days of the computers thoroughly reading your inputs. More than being all that unpredictable path.
It all depends on your skill. Go for broke.
The moment I try to provide any sort of aggression on the computer meter, they do not bring out a super immediately. Like so. And it does seem that a lot of the other specials have better priority over mine. Unfortunately. Knowing when to use which attack is always an important aspect. I can at least give as good as I get. Or at least try. Let's see what we can do to adjust. Oh, this will bypass my... This will bypass my parry. Unfortunate. What's point timed? Oh. Oh lord, dealing with Sagat is going to be a trial and a half, isn't it? Close-up knee. Oh, this is definitely not made any easier by not actually knowing the throw button in this particular game. Ah, the Chip King. Wait, that didn't... Interesting, that didn't actually... connect. Yeah, the... getting caught by... getting caught by some combos dropping into beam to Tiger Uppercut is definitely something to work around. Oh. Sometimes I have to just bank it all on a wake-up super. So I'm trying to contest with Sagat's massive normal range. Maybe also momentum back there at least. I didn't realize that he was nearly stunned. This would have done something slightly different. Well, let's see how much of a war Ken's going to be today. An overhead. When? We'll go ahead and call it here. We'll give Alpha 3 another time after... We'll visit with another point. When we have some spare time after stream. We'll also probably be spending a little bit of time exploring practice mode with Karin to understand her moveset a little bit better. But in the meantime, I know where we'll go. Tonight, I shall send you forward to one Dr. Paradigm Shift, who is also playing Nobody Wants to Die. But, ladies and gentlemen, we will return on Monday. With Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Do look forward to it. Do give Para as much of your affection as you can. Please, in the meantime, do all that you can to enjoy the remainder of your evening as well as your weekend. And as always, take care and good night.